Emergency rebuild time. I woke up this morning to the news that 6-time French champions Bordeaux are now bankrupt and will be giving up their professional football club license after being administratively relegated to the French 3rd division. The contracts of each squad member are set to be terminated, and their academy, which has produced players like Zinedine Zidane, Jules Koundé, and Chouamini, has been closed. Crazy to think in 2010 they made the Champions League quarterfinals. A sad time for French football. Today, I will be saving Bordeaux from their current crisis with a goal of long-term making them European champions. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, for one of the toughest challenges imaginable. We are taking over Bordeaux, but do not get used to too many of these players. We've got ourselves a current transfer budget of £0. We are bankrupt. And with an estimated debt of 100 million euros or 84 million pounds, we need to clear this debt whilst also trying to remain successful. It won't be cleared off in a season. It's probably going to take us a good 10 years, but I am going to be cleaning out the squad, getting rid of some of our highest rated and highest paid players. We need to steady the ship before we can think about even European glory. And unfortunately, we have got a stacked youth academy as we take over, but I'm going to have to release all of these guys because the academy has closed in real life. Once we get more money though, I would definitely be open to reopening it and reestablishing it. But for now, we have to let all of these guys go. Hopefully a successful preseason tournament could get us a little bit of the debt cleared. This won't be the last time we see this screen, but our first man is out of the club. This one hurts a little bit. It is the star Georgian winger, Davidashvili, heading to Switzerland for £3.75 million. Rafael Strasek heading to Poland for £890,000. I think most of this first season is just going to be player departures, but we need to get that money up. Zan Vipotnik, 2.6 mil for him, 1.75 million pounds for the centre back Ignatenko, and Vital Nasimba heading to Saudi Arabia. Bordeaux could really do with a Saudi investment right now. Gaetan Weisbach, one of the star players of this squad, off to Rio Ave. Malcolm Bokele also heading to Saudi Arabia, and we have parted ways with the top earner at the club. It is the Honduran striker Albert Ellis heading to Leeds United. Another player heading to the English Championship, Johan Barber, heading to West Brom. We do need to go in for some free agent players though, because we're not going to be able to sell off our players if we run out of squad space. Karol Struski will be joining us here, a young Polish guy. Got him only for just £2,700 a week. I'm trying to get players in that have a little bit of growth ahead of them so that we can sell them on and turn them over for a profit down the line and help clear our debt even more. Like, I could have gone in for somebody like a Dennis Pratt, but long term, that's not probably going to be financially decent for us. The New Zealander Alex Grieve is going to join us as a striker, and another young Polish player joining us, Patrick Peter, is going to sign for just £1,400 a week. And here on transfer day, we finally get another big name out of the club. Another big earner gone, Jeremy Liverlant heading to Stade Lavallois. Still a couple more big earners and big market value guys that we couldn't get rid of, but we'll try to work on that as the video goes on. We've done a decent job though of getting some of the debt cleared. The season's not over, so it's not officially off our debt until the year ends, but we've got £20 million in our current budget, which if this was a regular rebuild, I would feel so confident I could build a promotion fighting team with this money, but we've got to find the balance. This is what our starting 11 now looks like, and keeping guys like Michelin is going to be really good for us to start the year, and Diaz, but man, I'm not even too worried about promotion at this point. I just want to clear the money and start building the foundations for a better future at Bordeaux. That being said, getting promoted and the TV money that comes with that could seriously help us. So whatever happens this year happens. I do this every rebuild, but regardless, I'm making sure that I'm trying to get every single player in our team growing so that their market value increases so that we can get more money for them down the line. Trying to work smarter, not harder here, lads. We are doing well here, fellas. We are only 2 points out of the potential playoff spots in League 2. I mean, in real life, this past season, Bordeaux finished 12th, so It's not like we were taking over a relegation battling side. They just got relegated because of their poor management, their poor administration. But selling off the amount of players that we have, the fact we're still in 8th is incredible. That being said, if we got promoted with this side, I'm pretty confident we would get absolutely destroyed. And I've tried to sell off some of our higher earners here in January, but we can't get them over the line. Again, no offers in for any of these guys. So we'll stick with the side we've got and see if we can pull off some sort of a miracle promotion, which is gonna have to change my mindset altogether. But let's just see how we go. But we have got a deal sorted for next season. Harrison Masterland is going to be heading to Southampton for £3.4 million. I think that money's not going to hit our budget though until next season. This is fine by me though, fellas. We miss out on the playoffs by 2 points, which kind of hurts, but we finished 9th in League 2 with Bordeaux, meaning we're going to play another season, maybe another few seasons in the 2nd division. Next year, I'll probably try to sell players, but try to maybe spend some money on players and get things moving. But we had to clear off a bit of the debt to start this year. Clermont-Foot and Paris FC go automatically up. FC Lorient win Coupe Nationale, and FC Metz are going to win the promotion playoff final, sending Montpellier down to League 2. Our Kiwi striker, Alex Grieve, with an awesome first season here though, up to a 66 overall, bags himself 14 goals. Diaz stays. It probably is going to help us long term because his value's gone up and his overall. I mean, keeping as many players as we did means that so many of them are going to be worth so much more next year. But the big one, our current budget is at £20 million. So as we end season number 1 with Bordeaux, the club's current debt goes down from £84 million to £64 million. So starting season number 2 off here, the budget the club has given us is £24 million. I don't want to touch much of that at all though. I want to take life in the 2nd division and make it an advantage for us. I want to use a lot of that to clear off the debt of the squad. I'm definitely going to bring in players, but they're going to be strategic signings that we can use to develop over time and either help us on our road to glory or help us kill off further debt. But whilst we are early on in this career mode, I think it is crucial for us to use free agency to our advantage and get guys like Boya Cabezas, who's only getting paid £600 a week. The 16-year-old Chilean right back will be joining us on a free transfer, along with Maurice Dubois for £800 a week, 72 overall 17-year-old, and Edward Costa, £800 a week, 17-year-old, 72 overall centre back. Unbelievable business. These types of signings not only help us get debt off long term, but they also improve our starting 11. That is a win-win. And Hugo Rodriguez joining us. We're going to lose a Spaniard, I'm hoping, in the midfield there, but I'm hoping we can replace him with another. Hugo Rodriguez, paying a little more than the other guys, but still, £2,200 a week is a steal. First man out of the club this year, Clement Michelin, our right back, off to Heidenheim for just shy of 2 mil. And Kasubi is heading to Besiktas. We end up getting £1.75 million for him. And Tom Lecour off to Lorient, £3.1 million for him, which helps quite a lot. Wait, I'm so confused. Didn't we just sell Kasubi to the Turkish league? It's now showing no record of him going there. I know I accepted an offer from Middlesbrough for him, but it looks like, I don't know what's happened there. He's ended up going to Middlesbrough. Radio, we've still sold him. The clean out of the high budget players continues. Logan Delerior Chauvet. These French names are killing me. 3 mil for him to go to Palermo. Alu Baji heading to Copenhagen, just shy of 2 mil. And the Golden Goose has finally departed. Our biggest transfer departure, our biggest transfer fee, £6.5 million for Pedro Diaz to become a Galatasaray man. That is, what's that like? That's a 10th of what we owe now. A 10th of what we owe coming into this season has just been wiped off. So I'm saying I just want to invest in some players, grow them up. If we could get a few players to be valued around £5 to £10 million, we will clean this debt off so quickly. I am ready for this second season. This is what our starting 11 now looks like, and I'm excited to see what the season holds. Are we going to make a push for promotion once again? Financially getting in a stronger and stronger position. Let's go see how we're sitting on the 1st of January. All right, we're 11th in League 2. I'm kind of hoping for more what? Like, I was hoping we would get into the playoffs this year. There's still hope. We're 8 points behind, but we're in a worse spot this year than we were last year on the pitch. At least financially, we're in a much better position, which is why I'm going to make our first signing with a transfer fee. I know, I can barely believe it either, but we are going to sign the American shot stopper, Chris Brady here from VfL Bochum, £3.7 million below his market value. The wage, it's not great, but it's still, it has to be done at some point. Chris Brady, welcome to Bordeaux. Brady helps, but Brady is not enough to get Bordeaux into the playoffs. We're going to spend a third year in League 2, but next year, our finances are in a better position. We need to go all out to get ourselves up to League 1. If we can manage our finances, but get ourselves promoted, that money might be enough to officially get us out of debt. A cup run might also help. Saint Etienne make it to the final of Coupe Nationale, but they lose to PSG. We made it not far. We made it. Did we make the round of... All right, we lost to Lou in the round of 32. But it is going to be Havre beating Auxerre to win the Ligue 1 playoff game. Julian Vetro, where have you come from, mate? The winger bags himself 19 goals, gets himself up to a 71 overall. Alex Grieve, 13-3. We might need to upgrade next year, though. P2, decent growth from him. How'd the young fellas go? Brady up to a 73. This guy's 71, 75 rated. Costa, 73. Dubois, 74. Our 17-year-old, now 17-year-old, up to a 71 overall. And Hugo Rodriguez up to a 72. I could honestly nuke the squad and get ourselves out of debt next year. We'll wait and see. It's probably better if I do it slowly. Carl Johan Jonsson will not be here next year, though. He is going to be retiring from football. So on the plus, that's another £2,000 off our wage bill. But we have ended the season with a budget of £36 million, meaning we are going to end season 2 with £27 million of debt. We have wiped over half of it off. Theoretically, we could erase our debt and be, what, £8 million in the green by the end of the season if we don't touch anything of our current budget. We start season 3 with £35 million here, but I think we need to make a massive push towards League 1 promotion. If we can do that this year, then that should help us. We should be able to clear it off a year later, if not 2 years later. So we're going to look to build up this squad even more. It's time for a new starting striker, spending £4.8 million on Jason van Duiven, the Dutch striker. I'm hopeful that he can be an absolute starlet for us moving forward. And this works out brilliantly. I was scouting Mohamed El Arouch as somebody that I was willing to potentially spend money on, but when I realized he was a free agent, it became clear we had to sign this man. The Frenchman, formerly of Lyon, is now a Bordeaux player, a 3-year crucial first-team player. But I'm going to cash in on Swiderski, one of our first signings who we sign on a free. We sell to Lorient for 2.6 mil. So that's 2.6 mil profit right there. Basically created that 2.6 million pounds out of thin air. I'm looking to make a big move at the center midfield role though. Issouf Sissoko heading to Clermont. And we're saying thank you but goodbye to our New Zealand striker, Alex Grieve. Again, it's another 1.8 million pounds made out of thin air. We've sent him to Palermo. I can actually think about loaning players out now to get growth for them. Bedfian, our third string goalkeeper, is off to Trabzonspor on loan. But we are going to break our club record transfer fee. It's going to eat into our positive a little bit here, but it's going to help us long term. The Brazilian midfielder Marlon Gomes is joining us from Shakhtar Donetsk. £10.5 million, but I'm hoping we can recoup that in League 1 promotion prize money. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the squad we roll into our third season at Bordeaux with. We're definitely a lot more stable off the park, and I'm hoping that stability can lead to success on the park. The goal is promotion to League 1 this year. Let's go see how that goal is tracking along come January 1st. Ooh, this is a title race and a half, ladies and gentlemen. We currently sit third, but it is a four-way race between ourselves, Clermont for Paris FC, and Troyes for that final for the League 1 spots. Nice gap between us and Auxerre, Lorient, JCO especially, but I want those automatic spots. I don't want to have to slog it out in the playoffs. I want automatic promotion promotion with Bordeaux. Now, I am confident with the direction the starting 11 is heading. I think we've got young pillars all over the spot that these guys are only all going to grow in the second half of this season. So I'm straight up just going to make an investment in our future. Valentino Muller, he's valued at about £2.1 million. He can be a great backup option. He's playing the center defensive midfield, so he's not going to force his way into the starting 11. I fully intend on selling this guy off next year for a profit. I know we're almost at break even now, but I want to give ourselves the best shot next year. Bordeaux back in the top flight next season. You love to see it. We have finished second here in the French second division. Paris FC winning the league. We're in second. Troyes, Clermont-Foot, and Lorient fighting it out for that final spot. I'm so glad we didn't end up in that shit fight. But will that be enough to clear us of our debt fully? PSG winning Coupe Nationale. Did we do anything? Again, we made it to the round of 16, so that's a little better. And Clermont-Foot win 4-0 on aggregate over Metz, so they'll be joining us in the top flight. Julian Vetro came out of nowhere, but right now he is proving to be an absolute superstar. 19 goals, 7 assists, up to 75 overall. And the good thing is we don't really need to think about trying to keep a profit as much and selling off these superstars. So we are free to use him. Hopefully he can be an absolute gem. Van Dweven, not a great first year, but he bags himself a +3 growth. Marlon though, 21 goal contributions. We're in an interesting spot heading into Ligue 1. But after sorting out all of the contracts, everything related to the squad, we have £25 million in our current budget at the end of season 3. So we finish off season number 3, heading into season 4 and into Ligue 1 with a debt of just £2 million. Come on, lads. But we need to walk the tightrope in season 4 of trying to clear off this £2 million debt, but also surviving, most importantly, in Ligue 1. The debt should be cleared this year, lads. It should. We've been given £39 million to start off the season with. And unlike the past few years where I've tried to save as many pennies as possible, we only need to save £2 million. So let's spend this money wise and keep Bordeaux as a top flight club and begin the path to European glory. This has been working out so nicely. We had it last year with Mohamed. This year we got it with Brandon Soapy. I want to sign a starting right back. Brandon Soapy available on a free transfer. Someone that I was willing to spend money on a transfer fee for. So we're going to make him the first signing of the new Ligue 1 era at Bordeaux. Beating out RB Leipzig, paying our most in wages, but we probably don't even need to pay attention to that anymore. Brandon Soapy, welcome to Bordeaux. Well, we're going to sell a player here, still trying to get the squad up to scratch. The man with the best name in our squad, it's Emeric Depusse. He's going to Turkey. Hey, we want Depusse. Really trying to make life difficult for RB Leipzig. Not only have we forced them to miss out on the free signing of Brandon Soapy, we have now signed one of their centre-backs, Christian Mosquera, the Spaniard, making the move across from the Bundesliga to Ligue 1 as we sign him for £17 million. Want to get some growth though for some of our young regen players who no longer fit into the first team. The Chilean right back Boya Cabezallas is heading to Argentina for 2 years. But we're going to pick up a backup left back here. Zero depth for that position, so we pick up the Frenchman Joshua Thomas on a free transfer. And the Portuguese defender Edward Costa off to Stade Rennais for the season. Purposefully keeping a lot of money in our transfer budget though. There are a bunch of areas in our squad, notably the midfield and the attack, where I'm open to making some big upgrades come January 1st. It's all going to depend on who's performing, who's growing, and most importantly, how we are sitting on the Ligue 1 table, because we're probably going to find ourselves in a relegation battle. It's all just about making sure we survive said battle. But lads, if you are enjoying this rebuild with Bordeaux, make sure if you aren't subscribed, you scorpion kick that subscribe button down below. Only around the corner now from FC25 and still pumping out the FC24 content. Alright, work needs to be done, lads. Work needs to be done. We are in the relegation battle. The positive is a lot of teams are far from safety. I would basically say that Nice is probably the cutoff point at the moment where they would consider themselves relatively safe unless they absolutely stink it up in the second half of the year. But we're only 6 points away from 11th place Strasbourg, so I feel like if we get our act together here in January and the rest of the season, we should be and could be okay, but we need to do some work. And with just one clean sheet all season, I think we should go all in for a massive upgrade at the goalkeeper role, making sure we keep £2 million at our budget by the end of the year. But I'm going to throw Chris Brady, the American shot stopper, on the transfer list. So if we can get about £8 million for him, that's going to give us 32 mil, give or take. So if I try spending around 28, 29 mil, probably 27 or 28, because we want to have money to renew contracts at the end of the year, we should be able to get rid of our debt by the end of the season and also get a pretty good goalkeeper. There we go. We get a little more money than I expected for Chris Brady, about £11.8 million. We return about a £5 million profit on the American in the 2 years that we've had him, but that's going to give us a decent amount of money now to get a massive upgraded goalkeeper. Somewhere around the 79 to 80 mark would be perfect, and hopefully that's going to keep us up. There we go, fellas. It is this has worked out brilliantly. We pay less money than I expected, and we get a higher rated player than I expected. His value goes down slightly, but we sign the Italian shot stopper, Stefano Jarrad from Udinese, £25.5 million. It's a +5 upgrade in between the sticks, and Stefano becomes our highest rated player here at Bordeaux. That's going to only help us, surely, for the back end of this season. And that also leaves us with about £7 million still in our budget, so we should definitely be able to clear off the debt by the end of this year. This is why we build a young team. This is why, we sit 12th and we are going to come home with a wet sail. The lads improve over the season because they're a younger team. There's no regression, only progression. And we finished 12 points clear of the relegation zone. And I mean, like we said in January 1st, 11th was basically like 11th downwards. We're in the relegation battle. We end up finishing 12th and it ends up not even being close. The bottom 3 teams lag completely and we're staying up in League One. Beautiful. And now we've got to keep our sights set on climbing up this table and hopefully one day dethroning PSG. Toulouse beat Brest to win Coupe Nationale. We actually made it to the semi-finals this year, and given the teams at hand, we probably should have won the damn thing, because Stade Brestois, the team that beat us, survived the promotion playoff final. Taking a look at European football for the first time here in Season 4, Real Madrid win the Champions League. AS Monaco win an all-French Europa League final, and Chelsea thump Celta Vigo. Van Duyven, the Golden Boot winner this year. It's funny how he scores more goals in Ligue 1 than he did in League 2, but he's up to a 78 overall, which is a perfect development. Vetro up to 79. We're definitely going to have some big decisions to make next year, though, as to where we make improvements. It's the moment of truth, though, ladies and gentlemen. Are we in the green? Have we cleaned the debts with Bordeaux? Yes, we have. £7 million in our current budget, meaning we are £5 million in the green. Bordeaux's debt has officially been cleared, and we're officially staying in the top flight. Our 5th season at Bordeaux, and we no longer feel the desperation of financial pressure. We are now in a position to strike. Giovanni Fabian, the young Italian centre midfielder, never used this dude in career mode, but I'm excited to see what he has in store. £26 million as we sign him on a bargain from Bologna. I'm not giving up on Hugo Rodriguez at the centre midfield role, though. I'm just going to send him out on loan, try getting him some development. The Spaniard heading to Stade Brestois for the year. Marvin de Lima heading to Atlanta United permanently. And I could not say no to this type of money. Oh my god, we have sold Alexi Pitu to AS Monaco for £54 million. I did not expect him to turn into the half the player he has in this video, but to get £54 million for our Romanian winger is craziness. Let's put that money towards some massive moves this year. That could unlock everything, and genuinely, I think we can make some moves to get ourselves some sort of European football, at least top half of the table. It's just cooked, fellas. It is just cooked. We get a +3 upgrade at the left wing role, and we've only paid £27 million to sign Brian Gill from Crystal Palace. Man, that's like half of the money we got for our other fella, and we get someone that's 3 overall higher. I love this game. And I'm not done yet, fellas. I am trying to get every bit of potential out of this squad. Just like Gill, we are going to sign a man that has less than 12 months on his contract at a Premier League club. And that is for the French attacking midfielder, Ryan Cherki, another former Olympic Lyon man, joining us here at Bordeaux. We get a +5 upgrade. It's just, we have got a sick team. We pay just £30 million to bring him across from Tottenham. Thanks, Big Ange, helping out another Aussie. And we get a loan move for Mohamed El Arouch. El Arouch is heading to Juventus for the year. That's not a bad loan move. I gotta say, it was pretty funny. 4 clubs came in for him with a loan offer. Juventus, Arsenal, Real Madrid, and Barcelona. I was more hoping that like a Lorient or something was gonna come in, but we'll see how he goes at Juventus. My perspective on what I expect out of this season has shifted monumentally. I went from thinking, all right, let's get top half, to let's try making a push for Champions League football. I mean, Europa League or Conference League is probably more realistic, but let's see what our second year in Ligue 1 has and our 5th year with Bordeaux has. 1st of January, and we are the number 4 team in the country, 4th in Ligue 1. There is a log jam, just like last year with the relegation battle, there is a log jam with the Champions League run as well. We sit 4th with Bordeaux, just 3 losses all season long. If we can just convert those draws into wins, then surely we can get Champions League football in season 6. 3rd in France, we move up 1 position. I'm pretty sure it's actually only top 3 that get Champions League football in for the French league, so I'm happy about that. PSG, 1 loss all year. They almost had an invincible year. That is berserk. I might honestly have to poach some players off them, but we are heading to the Champions League in season number 6 with Bordeaux, which is a dream. Who got relegated though? Lyon in 10th, but it is Auxerre in the playoff game. Montpellier and Troyes straight down. PSG win Coupe Nationale. We did not do anything in that tournament this year. We go out to Lorient in the round of 32. And Auxerre are going to survive the relegation playoff. Bayern Munich get their revenge and win the Champions League. I am so excited and curious to see how we go in the Champions League next year. I'm also excited for that Champions League money, baby. Juventus win the Europa League and Atalanta win the Conference League. Jason Van Duijven, half-decent season for him, 16 goals, but we really shared the wealth this year. Gomes up to an 85. We really shared the wealth. I don't know if we go for a new striker next year or if there's other positions that need a preference first, because he still has a lot of time to grow into a world-class striker. But we're also in the Champions League next year. How did our loaned out guys go? No growth for Caballas. No growth for Hugo Rodriguez as well. Are you kidding me? But we got growth with Mohamed El Arouch. Oh my God, he goes up +7 to an 85 overall at Juventus. I might convert. I think I might convert Cherky to a right winger next year. Have El Arouch at attacking midfield. But then we've got Vetro as well, who's 82 rated and has been killing it. Our second top goal scorer. I mean, this is a good problem to have, but I am conflicted. But we will crack on and get it done here with Bordeaux. Season 6 Champions League bound. How do we go? So many French defenders in the game. It's only right we bring one of them back to France. It is Mohamed Simakan here. His value goes, I love when that happens. We get it both ways, but this time Mohamed Simakan's value goes through the roof. We bring him back from Athletic Bilbao, and we now have an 85 rated center back entering the Champions League. But I'm gonna make a controversial call, fellas. I'm gonna transfer list Cherky here. I've got to stay loyal. Vetro has been so good. He's infected with dynamic player potential. El Arouch starting at attacking midfield was a no-brainer, but I'm gonna try getting a profit here on Cherky. This man has wanted to leave the club since basically halfway through season 1. I'm finally doing it now though. If I sold him at the start, I would have got 100k for him. Instead, I now get 700k for Gregor Swiderski. I hope you were renting, Ryan, because after 11 months at the club, we've now sold him to Inter Milan. We have just about doubled our money though. We got him for what, 30 mil from Tottenham? We sell him 11 months later to Inter Milan for 61 million pounds. That's what I call profit. That's what I call business. Let's go put that towards a massive signing. I do plan on signing a starting left back, a world-class left back, and the one that I'm actually in talks from. This is ironic that we've sold Jacques Akomi to Newcastle United, because I'm talking to another left back from Newcastle United. We get 17.5 million pounds though to sell our Gabonese defender. And on the very next day, we get Milos Kerkez, the Hungarian left back. What a pickup. He comes to Bordeaux from Newcastle United. 24 years of age, 85 overall. That's a +7 upgrade. We spend a load on him, but it is what it is. 60 million pounds here for the Hungarian. Beautiful stuff. Finishing third in Ligue 1 though means we have to go through the Champions League qualifying round. That's where we're at now, versus Sturm Graz of Austria. Big game here, fellas. Our Champions League dream could start end to end right now. Come on, first leg in Bordeaux. We get a 3-0 win. Beautiful stuff. Van Duiven with a brace. Vetro with a goal. 3-0 up after the first leg. Second leg away in Austria. Some of the lads a little knackered here, but surely this is going to get us through. 2-1 loss. It's fine though. Damn, Fabian gets a red card and we miss a penalty. That's a bit of a nightmare of a first half. Oh my God, we're going to go through the playoff round now. This is the final step. Remind me to never finish third in France again though. If we could just win the league every year in France, that would be sick. A trip to Turkey for the first leg. Another 3-0 result would be awesome. Rodriguez comes in for the suspend. 4-0 this time. Oh yeah, we're looking good. Fabian back. We're 4-0 up on aggregate. This for a spot in the Champions League group stages, which we do 7-0 on aggregate. Hold that, Besiktas. But this is bound to be a massive season, ladies and gentlemen. In the Champions League for the first time, our starting 11 is coming along brilliantly. I will say though, Van Duiven, this year is make or break for you because this team is looking ready to contend. Very interesting Champions League group though. The furthest Bordeaux have ever made it in their club's history are the quarterfinals. I'm hoping to go past that this year, if not all the way. That would always be nice, but we've got a tough group. AC Milan, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Royal Antwerp. Let's see how we go. Our first time with Bordeaux in the Champions League. Knockout round bound. Come on. AC Milan go undefeated. We lose just one game this entire group stage though. Who have we got in the round of 16? It is going to be Barcelona. If you look at the bottom of your screen, Barcelona. Why couldn't we have Brighton or Salzburg? I mean, most teams here are tough, but we've got Barcelona in the Champions League round of 16. We're doing well though in the league. PSG behind us. Stade Rennais top of the league. This is our moment. This is our opportunity. I don't want to finish third. I don't want to go through the playoffs. I want to win the league and automatically get Bordeaux back into the Champions League next year. It would probably be wise of us to go and try filling out this bench a little more. Charles Noel is going to join us, a young French goalkeeper from Lille. 19.5 million pounds for a potential future starting goalkeeper, along with the Colombian attacking midfielder Daniel Luna, who joins us from Thiago Motta's Bologna. Goes up in value. A perfect option coming off the bench. All right, here we go, lads. We're at home for the first leg against Barcelona. Oh man, all right, this is a big challenge. We've got a good team on paper, but we have not experienced anything like this. We get the first leg win. Brian Gill gets a red card. Oh, that would have felt so much better if Ferran Torres didn't get that late goal for Barcelona, but we carry a narrow lead to the Camp Nou. Brian Gill being suspended is not ideal. I definitely should have got some backup support for the left wing and right wing. So Marlon Gomes moves to left wing, Rodriguez into center midfield. We hold a narrow lead as we head to Barcelona. Can we get to the quarters? We do. Oh, it's Elarouche in the 89th minute, winning it for us. The man who killed it at Juventus on loan last year comes back and gets Bordeaux into the Champions League quarterfinals, and we have an opportunity to take Bordeaux to an area and a level they have never hit before. And our opponent are going to be Bayer Leverkusen. Leverkusen stand in our way between the quarters and the semi-finals. Mohamed Elarouche suspended for the first leg, which is a massive blow. I'm definitely glad I signed Luna in January. Luna comes in, first leg at home against Leverkusen, and it is a 2-2 draw. Marlon Gomes, Soppy, the guys that score the goals for us, and now we need to head to Leverkusen, all tied up. Elarouche back into the starting 11. We've got a full strength starting lineup for the first time since the round of 16 first leg. Can we get Bordeaux to the semi-finals for the first time? Come on, Bordeaux. No! In the 86th minute. Oh my God, the 86th minute. Vitor Roque is going to come on for Leverkusen. They've got an insane side. Xerxes, Grimaldo, Rashford, Havertz, Vitor Roque, and Leverkusen make it to the semi-finals for the second time. Bordeaux out in the Champions League quarters. One game left in the Ligue 1 season. We currently tie with PSG for the Ligue 1 title, 3 points ahead of Nice. So we've qualified for the Champions League next year. A draw or Nice dropping points means we go directly through to the group stages. But I want that Ligue 1 title, goddammit. We've got lucky with the draw. We're versing bottom of the table Auxerre, already relegated on the final day of the season. Can we get a win? And can PSG drop points? This potentially for a Ligue 1 title. We win it 3-2. It's a lot closer than we hoped, but we have won. Have PSG drop points? PSG, they lost! PSG lost! PSG have lost. Bordeaux are champions of France. Oh my God, let's go. Big up Stade Brestois. I love you, lads. God, what a beautiful sight that is. Top of France with Bordeaux. Back into the Champions League for season 7. Stade Rennais end up falling down to 6th, who were leading at the halfway point. Auxerre and Havre automatically down with FC Nantes in the playoff game. Olympique Marseille win Coupe Nationale, and Caen are going to relegate FC Nantes. Manchester City end up winning the Champions League. They beat Leipzig in the semi-final. Meanwhile, Leverkusen lost to Atletico. Borussia Dortmund win the Europa League, and Union Berlin win the Conference League. Marlon Gomes is out. He gets 39 goal contributions. He genuinely might be in the Ballon d'Or race. Jason Van Duijven has had a decent year there, 22 goals in all competitions, but I honestly think the biggest thing holding us back right now is at the striker role. I think there's not too many other starting positions we need to improve right now, so I think I'm going to go balls for the wall next season to try getting a world-class striker in. And Julien Vetro, 28 goal contributions. Definitely glad we kept the faith with him. I told you, lads, we wanted a big-time striker, and that's exactly what we do to start season 7. Remember when we were penny pinching a few years ago? Now we've just dropped £105 million to bring Matthias Tell across from Girona. Not sure how Girona bagged an absolute stud like him, but the 97 sprint speed striker, the 24-year-old 88 overall Frenchman joins us. He's going to be the striker for the next decade. This dude's going to build a dynasty at Bordeaux. It's a tough one, lads, but I've ultimately decided to sell Jason Van Duijven. I was debating keeping him on the bench as a backup striker to Matthias Tell, but you'll see here we've got 56 million pounds for him from AC Milan. I can go and invest in a left winger, a right winger, and a backup striker all to sit on the bench for one player. It's just a no-brainer in my eyes. But here we go. First of, I'm hoping 3 signings is for a left winger here in the Japanese midfielder Kaito Nakamura, joining us from Stade de Reims for 18.5 million pounds. And Mamadou Diakon is going to join us as a backup right winger, also getting him from Stade de Reims. We've just cleaned out their wing options. We get him for 18 mil. And I will say, I might have f***ed up on one thing, lads. Whilst looking for wingers, I found Alexis Pitou. He's grown better than we expected. He's grown to an 87 overall at Monaco. Meanwhile, Brian Gill is still, I believe, only 85 rated. We could get him for 57 mil and bring him back, but what's done is done. Fair play to him for growing so well. And we get ourselves a backup striker. The third signing we've made off that sale is Matthias Visgarden. Cool ass name, I've got to give it to him, but the Danish striker joins us from Freiburg. But we're going to make another player departure, player sale. Istanbul Sport are going to pick up our fourth or fifth string goalkeeper, Davy Rouillard, for £450,000. But my God, we have got a team. We have got a team, ladies and gentlemen. Champions League quarterfinalists last year. Who knows what's in our future this year? Gotta tell you what, I'm going, Matthias, tell you what, I'm going all out for it this year. I want a Champions League title in season 7 with Bordeaux. We top Ligue 1, and our reward for winning the title is a group with Juventus, Ajax and Shakhtar Donetsk. God help us. The biggest club in Ukraine, the biggest club in the Netherlands, and potentially one of the biggest clubs in Italy. 3 giants of their countries, and we have to go head to head with them. Bring it on. 2 losses is not the most convincing group stage by any stretch of the imagination, but when it comes to a group like this, I'm just glad we got out of it. Juventus go undefeated. They are a team we'll have to watch, but out. Round of 16, we take Atletico Madrid on. Oh my God. No easy routes. I mean, Juventus get PSG. That's a stitch up on their behalf. But all right, Atletico Madrid. I've had about 4 coffees today, lads. I don't know if it's the results or the coffee, but your boy's feeling anxious. I got the jitters. This is going to make for some crazy reactions. But we are well off the pace domestically. 4th with Bordeaux. PSG 17 points clear at the top of the league. I cannot see us going back to back. The pressure is on, ladies and gentlemen. Champions League round of 16. We're at home for the first leg here against Atletico Madrid. They went all the way last year and they get a 2-1 loss to start their knockout round campaign this year. El Arouch, he's been an absolute backbone in this squad and he gives us a 1-goal lead to take to the Spanish capital. Absolutely nothing is promised as we gear up for the second leg. A 1-goal lead against Atletico. Come on, Bordeaux. Get ourselves back to the quarters. We get ourselves back. Hell, in the 83rd minute. That is clutch, my friend. That is absolutely clutch. We beat Atletico Madrid 3-2. Well, if it isn't old Leverkusen, Bayer Leverkusen, the side that took us out last year in the quarterfinals, we face again in the quarterfinals. This is the ultimate litmus test. Where are we at against the side that we went all the way with? The lads are at full strength for what is a monster of a matchup here away in Leverkusen at the Bayer Arena. First leg. Last year we started off at home for the first leg. This year we start off on the road and it is another draw. Vitor Roque has been giving me nightmares and those yellow cards are not great. I'm hoping we don't have suspensions, but it is all tied up when we head to Bordeaux. It's a big moment, lads. It's a really big moment. Champions League quarterfinals, second leg against the side who eliminated us at the same time last year. The lads that were on the team, we need to use the pain of last year's defeat, use it to our advantage. Tell, you weren't here last year, but I need you to just go out there and kick some absolute brother. Here we go against Leverkusen. 2-0 winners. Vitor Roque misses a penalty. Is that not poetic justice, ladies and gentlemen? Marlon Gomes gets a brace and we are headed to the semi-finals for the first time in Bordeaux club history. Off to Germany we go again though, ladies and gentlemen. Bordeaux versus Borussia Dortmund. It is newfound territory, ladies and gentlemen. Bordeaux in a Champions League semi-final. The fans are out here in Bordeaux, one of France's most well-supported clubs, in the semi-finals, and with 1 foot. No, I'm not even going to say what I was about to say, but Gill, no, Brian Gill off in the 3rd minute. Nakamura comes on. Oh, God. All right, we've got a 2-1 lead, but we might have some casualties. Oh, Brian Gill suffers a torn hip flexor. 3 months on the sidelines for the Spaniard. That is not ideal. His season and start of next season is over. Nakamura into the starting 11. We travel to Dortmund at the Signal Iduna Park. This is tough, man. We've got a lead. Park the bloody bus, fellas. Park the bloody bus. Bus is parked. Oh my God. We go to extra time. Nakamura scores us a goal. And then it is our reserves stepping up. After just 1 minute on the park, Vistgarden comes on for Soppy and the Danish striker scores for us and sends us to a Champions League final. That is heart attack central. Massive, fellas. A replay of last year's round of 16. We beat them in the round of 16 last year, but now we face Barcelona in the 2030 Champions League final. Taking a look around the grounds, already one Spanish team winning European silverware, but Borussia Mönchengladbach win the Conference League. We finished 4th in Ligue 1 this year, 1 point behind Lille. I think that's Europa League for us next year, or maybe it's the Champions League playoffs. This, not fully certain. PSG dominate. They don't go undefeated, but only 2 losses for them. Lyon down the bottom there in 13th, but Clermont-Foot and Caen automatically relegated. We lost Trophy Champ to Marseille at the start of the year, but we do win Coupe Nationale. Add that to the trophy cabinet. And Strasbourg do win the promotion playoff final. Without one of our star players, Brian Gill, for the final, but I am praying the lads can step up in his absence and deliver a Champions League title to Bordeaux. We may never have this opportunity again. It's only a small little thing we can do to help, but Bordeaux, this one's for you. Get it away, diving header, Turati saves. Just trying to be smart here, fellas. Nicely played back. Play that one through. Defender takes the bait. Gomes puts it into the back of the net. He's a goal scoring machine, and our captain gives us a well-deserved lead here against Barcelona. See that run being made from Kirkes. Goeli to Nakamura. Nakamura on the volley. That's a good block, Todibo. Half time though, and we are absolutely dominating Barcelona. Need a second goal though to give ourselves a cushion. No, why are we sagging off them like that? Jesus Christ, what a save. Marlon Gomes, great ball underneath. El Arouche smothered by Ter Stegen. 2 minutes of stoppage time for Barcelona. We get the ball back. We win the Champions League final. Do not. They square it back post. Putting the pressure. Shot. Oh, what a save, Jarrad. Holy Nah, keepers up. Get this one away. Get this one away. Get this one away. Get it away. Get it away. Get it away. Get it away now. Come on. We have done it. Holy moly, we have done it. Bordeaux, a club no longer professional in football in real life. We have cleared them debt and made them Champions League winners. This has been one of the most enjoyable rebuilds I have done all year. So much fun, so many heroes, but Marlon Gomes is going to be the man to lift the Champions League trophy and crown Bordeaux as champions of Europe. Lads, if you enjoyed this rebuild, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to watch another video. Come on!